So I was thinking about this the other day. If I was starting trading today, going into 2026, knowing everything that I know now, what would I actually do differently? Not what sounds good on Twitter, not what sells courses, but what I'd actually do as a complete beginner. And if you're brand new or feel like you've been spinning your wheels, this video is for you. Stay till the end. I cover some pretty solid topics that could save you years on your journey to profitability. First thing I'd do, and this is boring, but it matters, I'd get educated. Yes, shameless plug incoming. Obviously, I'd point people to my beginner's futures course. But honestly, even if it's not my stuff, I would still tell you this. Don't wing it. Trading is one of the only industries where people think they can just show up and make money. You need structure, you need context, you need someone who's already made those mistakes. The amount of time that you can cut off your journey by learning from someone else's mistakes is exponential. Plus, I can speak from experience here because that's exactly what I did, and I don't regret it for a second. The next thing I do, before strategies, before indicators, is pick what I'm actually going to trade. Stocks, futures, forex, or crypto. Let's talk about stocks. I'll be honest, I actually miss trading penny stocks sometimes. I loved shorting garbage penny stocks that get pumped, and the best part is, the edge is already built in. But there are quite a few nuances. Locates, brokers, halts, borrow fees. You can blow yourself up fast if you don't know what you're doing. Plus, I had to fund each account to learn. So it was like $5K at a time to pay my market tuition, and that really adds up. Forex and crypto are not really my lane. I don't really talk about what I don't actively trade. But with 24-hour markets similar to futures, that can really appeal to some trader strategies. My journey began with stocks. And even though I was already proficient with them, when things slowed down after the COVID rush, I was looking for something I was able to pull consistent gains out of the market daily. I will say, I didn't even fully understand what they were, but after doing some research, I was thrilled to discover that most of my patterns actually transferred over. And better yet, I discovered that you could use funded trader programs with futures and not with stocks, at least to my knowledge at the time. And I was all in to switch. Here's a few perks to trading futures. No scanners, no locates, very rare halts, endless liquidity, and the same instrument each day. When you trade the same thing every single day, you start to learn its personality. ES doesn't move nearly as aggressive as NQ, and NQ doesn't move like crude. Being super familiar with the nuances of your trading product is so powerful. Now let's discuss starting capital with futures. If you catch the right sale, you can literally start for $19. Apex runs these sales all the time, and if you use my code GStreet, you'll automatically get the best discount they're running. So for 19 bucks, you literally get data feed, charting, and execution software all in that price. That's pretty insane when you actually think about it. When I traded stocks, I had to pay for everything separately, fund my account with nearly 5K, pay all my commissions, locates, data feed. This really adds up when you're a complete beginner, and you're not likely to recoup those funds anytime soon. So that's a real investment in yourself. So if you decide to go the funded route, as I wish I did when I started, you need to find a broker that matches your trading personality. I broke this down in my prop firm video, but this matters more than people think. Apex Trader Funding has been my go-to since the beginning, and I recommend checking them out. But there are many reputable brokers out there to choose from, with all different types of rules. Just make sure you do your due diligence. I also want to mention 8cap. I recently hopped on board with them, and I'm excited to do so. They're mostly Forex and CFDs right now, but they are developing a futures branch. Their daily challenges are wild. You can risk as little as $5 and potentially 10x it. Same day payout eligibility too. And if your appetite for risk is higher, you can do that too with the same structure. That's not exactly my personal trading style, but I'm always into new revolutionary ideas, and I think this is going to kill it for some people. Low risk and fast return can really appeal to some traders. They also offer a more traditional funded route as well, which I'm happy to say. Links in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, so let's build the backbone of your trading by diving in how to find your strategy. This is the part most people mess up. I would not marry one strategy right away. I'd explore. Find a mentor, find a trading vehicle, and test strategies. And no, that's not strategy hopping when you're brand new. The fastest way to learn what works for you is trying a bunch of things. Once something starts working, you stick with it. A month, maybe more. Markets move in cycles. You need time to know if it actually works. There are two ways to develop a trading strategy. You can either buy one or build one. If you are a data-driven type of person, then building one from scratch might be for you. I'm not, so I prefer to buy one and then spend the time refining and adapting it for myself. Also, I want to make this clear. This isn't just purchasing the guaranteed to make you rich overnight strategy for 10K you see flashing all over the internet. When I say buy one, I mean joining a proven mentor who trades a specific way and learning from them. But here's the cheat code. If you buy a strategy from a reputable mentor, you don't need to figure out if it's profitable. You already know that. You only need to see if it works for you. I can't even tell you how massive that advantage is. Okay, paper trading versus evals. I'd skip long-term paper trading. There is such a mental jump when moving from paper trading to real money, so in my own journey, I didn't want to go that route. I'd trade cheap evals instead. There's still emotion, just not enough to ruin you. And then the transition from eval to funded is way smaller than paper to real money. So let's quickly chat about full-time jobs, pressure, and reality. I already did a video about this, so I just want to skim over it. I know everybody wants to quit their job, but trading will probably take longer than you think. And being financially stable while you learn means everything. Less pressure and better direction. Honestly, learning trading actually made my day job easier. I had something to work toward. Even boring days felt different with a trading podcast in my ear. That daily progress made everything look brighter, and hopefully you have a job where you can integrate your schedule into your trading. That is another advantage futures have. They trade 23 hours a day, so you should be able to find a time that works for you and adapt your strategy to it. Once everything is dialed, then I'd scale. That's it. That's what I'd do if I had to start over in 2026. If you want futures education, mentorship, or resources, everything's linked below. And if you're stocks only, reach out. I'll point you to people in the industry that I actually trust. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.